Howdy folks, Greyhawk 4x4 coming at you again, your resident vintage gamer. And you have probably been wondering, gee, why hasn't Greyhawk put out a video for a while? It's been like over a week. Well, that's because I was on vacation. My wife and I took our trip to the great Pacific Northwest. Portland, Corvallis, Aberdeen, Washington. We saw friends and family while we were on the trip. And this video is going to be a little bit about some of the scenic stuff that we saw, but also it's going to be the loot that's back there that I picked up on the trip, that gaming stuff and other geek stuff. So without further ado, let's go. To start off, it had been a long time since my wife and I had taken a real vacation, and we wanted to go back and see some friends and family, which we actually have quite a few up in that area of the Pacific Northwest. So we took a week, and that's what we went and did. We did see on the way, on the drive, we drove. We road trip. We try not to fly. We like driving. So we saw quite a bit of really awesome scenery. I'll put a couple of pics here for you so you can see what I'm talking about. We also were on the Oregon Trail, and those of you that are old school gamers out there remember the game Oregon Trail and how you almost every single game would end in you dying from dysentery. And so I'm gonna put in a pic here of actually I'll put in a couple of pics here. I'll just kind of do a little montage here of there's a rest stop along the way that talks about the traveling the Oregon Trail, and it's kind of funny. You'll see the wording on some of the posters that they have up there, and if you ever played the game, you can see how some of that would be particularly humorous. So here you go. So you see there, some of the wording, about it being, a difficult trip, and they even have a picture of a wagon, wagon that's on its side with like a broken axe or something, which is something that would happen in the game. So that's why I took pictures of all that stuff, because it is gaming related as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, a lot of scenery, a lot of things, just interesting things to see and all that. And I did want to share with you guys, some of you probably do this and know about it, but there's probably a lot of you out there that don't. So if you are a traveler and you like to travel by car and do a lot of road trips and things, I highly suggest that you get one of these. This is a passport to your national parks. And you get it at any national park in the gift shop. They have these, or you can get them online. And what this is it has all of the national parks in the United States in here. And what you do is, as you travel, let me find a page here that I can show you that. And as you travel, each visitor center or ranger station will have a stamp that they update the date every day on there, and it tells what station you're at, and there you go. It shows you the different places that as you go, you can get stamps for. And for this particular trip, I got a few of them there, and they're coming out with these decorative ones now. Like down here, that one's a decorative one, and that's a decorative one. Generally you just get this round one here, that with the date and everything on it. But they're actually coming out with all these decorative ones, so it kind of allows you to customize your book, and of course it tells something in here about all of them. And then in addition to that, they have these stamps that and each year is a different. This is a 2007, and they have the different stamps for the different parks. And as you visit them, you take a stamp out and you can put it in your book, like I've done here I've got Yosemite right there. There's Yosemite. And so the bottom line is what you end up with is a customized kind of a passport. See, and there's a bunch of the round ones, just regular round ones. And it's a great way to document your travels, and to look back and say, well, when were we in, Sequoia, or when were we in, oh, here we go, October 9th of 2000, we were in Sequoia. Okay, that kind of thing. So, and it shows you by region. It's just a neat thing and it's not expensive, and it's just a neat way to keep almost like souvenirs all in just one little book. Between the stamps and the hand stamp. So I do that, and it becomes kind of where if you don't have that with you, you kind of get pissed at yourself because you forgot it, because then you got nowhere to stamp it. But they will let you stamp it on a little piece of paper like that. See if that's coming up there, like that, and then you just, like I've done there, you just tape it in the book. So now if you don't want to spend the money to do that, it's like $9 I think for the book, and then the stamps of course are free and everything, and then the little yearly stamps, the colorful ones, are like $2 or something like that. So but you can also they give you one of these at every national park. They give you one of these maps, and so if you're looking for something, it's free. So if you're looking for something free, you can just collect these things and keep them as kind of a journal of where you've been and everything. In addition, I like to get these books. They have these at every gift shop about whichever one you're at, and so I have the whole collection of all the ones that I've been to. They're really nice, colorful pictures and everything like that. So that's kind of the thing that I like to do. Now that we've talked about all that, I'll get into the loot back here, the gaming stuff. So the first couple things that I found, I didn't know about these books that Gary Gygax had done. This one's called the Anubis Murders, and this one is the Samarkand Solution. And so I found those, picked those up. Got the one Volo's Guide that I did not have. I did not have Volo's Guide to Baldur's Gate 2. And I don't really know if this is for the video game Baldur's Gate 2. I don't know if this is more of a game guide or if it is along the same lines as the other Volo's guides to the locations in that game. So I will, but it's the one I didn't have, and it was cheap, so I got it. The other thing I found, I also didn't know about these. These are graphic novels, Dungeons and Dragons, the Worlds of Dungeons and Dragons graphic novels, and did not have these. There were, that's what it looks like. There were two, here's the other one. There were 2 volumes. I haven't checked to see if there's any more, but I will. They go into, like this one has Forgotten Realms, Dragonlance, Eberron, and Ravenloft. And this one has Eberron, Dragonlance, and Forgotten Realms. They're all different stories in the graphic novels. But unfortunately, as you can see there, no Greyhawk. Not happy about that. So I'm hoping there's other volumes that do have Greyhawk in there. Did not have this accessory for Forgotten Realms, the City of Raven's Bluff. And this Book of Layers, I have a different Book of Layers. So I had to pick this one up because I had never seen this one before. So I went and got that one. I even found a couple in a used bookstore. I found a couple of old Marvel Superheroes role-playing game modules. They actually had more than this, but the other ones that they had were horribly incomplete. They were missing the maps. These, thankfully, have the maps, and that's the only reason I bought them, because they were complete. I mean, they were cheap, but they're not really good condition. This one is getting ready to fall apart at the spine here. So, but I didn't have them, and I do like the Marvel Superhero RPG, so I had to get those. Here is another, this is a Forgotten Realms adventure called Into the Dragon's Lair. And I'm not even sure, this looks like it's probably 3.5 edition. For D&D 3.5, I'm guessing. It's either 3rd or 3.5. I guess it could be 4th, but I doubt it. And then I got this book called A World in Stone, about the dwarves in the Dragonlance setting. That's actually out of a box set. So, as far as gaming stuff goes, those were the finds that I found. I realized that I need to start carrying a master list with me when I travel of the stuff that I'm looking for, because I found that there were things in some of these bookstores, and I'm like, I just don't remember if I have that. And so I need to create and carry a master list with me so that I don't end up with duplicates of things. And then, you know, I guess I could use them for trading or selling them on eBay, whatever, if I did get duplicates, but it's just a waste of time, you know. So, but those two bookstores that I found that stuff at were, one was in, actually two of them were in Corvallis, Oregon, and one of them had another location in Salem. So, and that one was called the Book Bin and Browsers. So if you are in the Pacific Northwest, in that area, Corvallis is where the Oregon State Beavers University is. So if you're in that area, there's two really good used bookstores, the Book Bin and Browsers. So I would recommend either one of those. Now, moving on to the other stuff. In Aberdeen, Washington, there is a Star Wars shop, and I'll put a couple pictures here real quick for you. And when I say Star Wars shop, this store has every possible Star Wars thing you could think. I mean, it is wall to wall, to ceiling to floor, everywhere, including the bathroom. They got restrooms there, and if you go there and you go in, even the bathroom is plastered with stuff. I mean, there is nowhere else to put anything in that place. So if you're a Star Wars nerd, go apeshit, because there, if you want it, it's there. And I happen to be, you know, of course, a Star Wars collector as well. And so I went in there, and by the way, Aberdeen, Washington is, if you are a Nirvana fan, that is where Kurt Cobain was from. And there's different history of things there. If you want to go see, I'm not a Kurt Cobain fan, I'm not a Nirvana fan, so didn't bother with it. But at this store, he actually has a section of his store for Kurt Cobain collectibles. So if that's your thing, you can also find that there. But a long time ago, my wife bought these for me, I think, for Christmas. She got me the Han Solo and the Darth Vader. These are the the large action figures, and they're called the Collector Series. And so I had those two. Of course, at this guy's store, he has everything. So I was able to find Princess Leia, Obi-Wan, and Luke in the X-Wing gear. That's what it looks like. And don't pay any attention to those prices, because I got these for right around $20 a piece. So that was a pretty good deal. So those were the ones I eventually I'd like to. I have a place to put these on display, and I have more room, so I'd like to get like Chewbacca and a couple other ones. He had some other ones there. He had Greedo and a sand. He had a sand person and that type of thing. But I didn't want to. I'd already spent enough, so I had to stop myself, or I would have went bananas. So I'm going to put a link below to this guy's Facebook page for the Star Wars shop if you guys are interested in checking that out. As far as the geek nerd loot, that's it. That was the gaming stuff I got. That was the Star Wars stuff I got. I am going to do a completely separate segment, or I should say video, a Beer 30 video, all about the beer, which is sitting in those bags over there. That's the beer. I will also, when I do the Beer 30, I will talk about the different breweries and things like that I visit. That's all coming in the Beer 30 video. So I think that's it, guys. We will catch you on the flip side.